Hello there lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're going to talk about the Expansion Pass DLC Pack 1 for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's a convoluted title, but we finally got some details about it. For anyone who doesn't know, this is future content coming to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you have to buy both packs as a single unit. You can't just buy one pack at a time, so just so you know. But what's in this thing? Well, first of all, the Cave of Trials is a real thing, and it's going to be called Trial of the Sword. Don't know why they changed the name, but they did that thing there. Much like you'd expect, you have to face wave after wave of enemies, and you don't get to use any of your equipment or weapons. You go in pretty much like you do on Eventide Island, so that's going to be a bit scary, but nonetheless, it sounds like a really good challenge. As you kill each room of enemies, you go on to another one, and so on and so forth until you get to the end, and apparently there are about 45 rooms in total. They haven't really said any more than that. They've said about 45 on the website as well, so I don't know why they're being that vague about it, but that's what they say. Your reward for completing all of this is to unlock the true power of the Master Sword, and that means that it will always be glowing in its powered up state whenever you want to use it. However, we don't believe that this will make the Master Sword unbreakable, or, you know, infinite charge as it were, because even when it's in its powered up state, it can still run out of energy, so just bear that in mind. But that's not the only thing. We've also got the Hero's Path mode, which is a new map feature, the one that they talked about, which shows the path that you've taken with Link throughout Hyrule over the last 200 hours of gameplay. And more importantly, this works retrospectively, so even though you can't view it now, once this lands, you can see where you have gone throughout your entire gameplay, which is a really nice thing, and it's a nice little touch that they'd include that. Makes us very happy. More importantly though, it should show you where you haven't been yet, and so you can explore areas that you may have otherwise missed, which is really cool. In a similar move, there is also the Travel Medallion, which is basically like a custom waypoint that you can put down and just fast travel to at any time that you like. So say you want to go to Tarry Town and you can't be bothered to glide every time, you can just stick this thing down and you'll be able to fast travel to it no problemo. There is also going to be more armor added to the game in 8 treasure chests placed throughout Hyrule, and they contain the armor pieces that are themed all after previous entries in the Zelda series, including Phantom Armor, Majora's Mask, Midna's Helmet, and most importantly, of course, Tingle's outfit. Let's just look at this for a bit, shall we? Another piece of armor that's coming as well, although they're giving it its own section probably because it's got more details to it, is the Korok mask. Now, this is hidden somewhere in the world, we don't know where, and when wearing this mask, it will shake whenever you're near a hidden Korok location. And given that there are 900 of the bastards, it will be no doubt very well received. And most importantly, the hard mode. What does that entail? Well, it's not as extensive as I'd personally hoped it would be, but it's still a lot more than I think a lot of people feared, you know, just enemies with more health. In this mode, enemies will gradually regain health when you're battling them, so you need to take them out quickly, and you can't just leave them sort of wounded and then come back to them later on and finish them off quickly. You gotta be a little bit more attentive to them. Also, all enemies are powered up by a single level. For example, red bokoblins will always be blue bokoblins and never lower. And if you're like me and you really got your ass handed to you by the first blue bokoblin on the Great Plateau, you'll know that this is going to make things just a little bit tougher. Also, interestingly, enemies can now reach higher maximum levels than they could in the normal mode, which is interesting because until now we've only seen up to silver, so maybe we're going to see gold? We don't know, they don't say. Enemies will also be a lot more perceptive, making it harder to sneak up on them, so you'll have to be a little bit more attentive in that regard. Also, for some reason and in a manner that just shrieks tingle, which is no bad thing, you'll be able to find floating platforms that contain enemies, chests and things like that you have to glide to, and they look, well, frankly ridiculous, and we love them. So, to recap, coming in this first DLC pack, you've got the Trial of the Sword, which is basically the Cave of Trials. You have also got the Hero's Path mode, you've got the hard mode, which we just recently discussed, you've also got the Travel Medallion, which allows you to fast travel to one particular location of your choice, you've got the new armor sets, including Majora's Mask, Midna's Helmet, Phantom Armor, and Tingle's outfit, and you've got the Korok mask, which will help finding all those little pesky Koroks. And that's about the size of it. There's a fair amount of stuff in here. I think some people were maybe expecting a little bit more, but let us know what you think by leaving a comment down there below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you battle through to the true form of that subscribe button through the Cave of Trials, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.